So one of the most asked questions I get, which is an honor and I appreciate it, um, is there a way to be personally coached based on my situation and how my body's feeling? I want to hire you one-on-one, I'll pay. Um, and it sounds like I'm brushing people off when I say it's really not necessary. And honestly, I don't even think optimal to think in the direction of this path. And I want to explain why thoroughly. So I want to read this message I got and you'll see what I mean as I explain it. Is there a way to be coached based on my situation, how my body's feeling? Your program and YouTube videos are awesome, but I'm having a hard time finding the right approach and what I need to focus on. I can already do extensions full reps, but my hips are shit. If I do explosive stuff like sports, I get re-injured. I'm trying to get my running going again. I feel zero in my back after running, but I don't want to mess up the process, and I'm not sure what to focus on. Can I run in the morning and stretch? Then a couple hours later, head to the gym and do the mobility flow. I'm a pretty heavy guy. I need to focus on losing some weight, walking, running. I'm ready to be fit and have a bulletproof Swedish back. Swedish. I also do the strength training 3 days a week like your program suggests. So if we start from the top, your content has helped me. It's made me realize I need to train my back. It made me aware of general direction of, okay, hips affect your low back. Low back weakness is something that can be improved on. But when I go try to do it, I run into pain and then I start to wonder, how do I fit in my training? This is a good thing. This is part of the process in the beginning. So I want to share what it would be like to work with me if I was still a personal trainer one-on-one, and what I did with people is that I would meet up with you and we would go through sessions exactly how I'm guiding you now with the program. And all I'm doing is teaching you how to be your own back coach. I'm going to keep talking to you about how do you feel, how does it feel the next day, how did you feel after last time, so you can start to learn to look for clues on that. The difference between me there right with you in person and then versus in the Discord and through getting community support is maybe it just feels more supportive and immediate. But even if I were to do consult calls and talk to people, what ends up happening is the same advice. It's going to be a long game, and your back issue is so individual to you that I could never pretend to know exactly what you're going to need. Even as the grandest back expert somebody could be, they are not going to know your sensitivities and your history of injury and what specific breakdown you have and what flares you up and what doesn't. I can help teach you the process to make it less of a mystery, but that's just teaching you how to be a scientist. You still got to do the experiments. And so that's what we're doing with the website. That's what we're doing with the education modules, and what we're doing with any resource we make. This video is I'm just reframing, getting everyone away from the done for you model. You go to the physical therapist, fix me. You go to the surgeons, they fix me. And that's why we may feel frustrated that, damn, they didn't get me fixed. It's because nobody can get you fixed. Everyone is just helping you as a tool so you can fix yourself. So I appreciate when somebody puts so much value in thinking he could fix me. I could just help you fix yourself. And so morally, I can't take some clients here and not there, and I can't commit to consistent training with people. I wouldn't be able to with what we're doing. But even if I could, I don't think it would make the biggest difference. As long as you're committed and you keep studying and you drop all the other preconceived notions and be open-minded to just learning, your body's going to teach you more than I ever could. So when you go through the program and like you're saying, you're having a hard time finding the right approach and what I need to focus on the program. Do everything as it's written. Most of the questions are answered in there. It's just you don't want to accept it. You say, well, can I do other things? I got to try out in 3 months, or I really want to lose body fat at the same time. It's all in there. Embrace this full on, do just this training. After 3 to 6 weeks, you feel confident of the LBA long game flow, you go to the add-on essentials and start building in full body training plus the low back. So it's all there. One major problem we start to have is when we interpret the flare-up as a problem. Oh, damn, this is not really working well for me. This is really hard. The first 6 weeks is going to be flare-ups, or it's going to be weird sensitivities and weird aches. That is you starting to learn, okay, the split squat caused me pain. I didn't expect that. Now you know your psoas is more directly related to your back pain than you would have thought otherwise. Okay, I can do back extension reps on day 1. I should be fixed, right? No, That's not what that means. And he kind of said that, and it makes it clear when someone's a newer member and they haven't dove into the community, the group chat, or dove into the resources on the website, is your way of thinking about this exposes how well equipped you are to fix your back. It's not about unlocking the levels of the exercise and by the time you get there, you're guaranteed to be fixed. It's the time in between, the weeks to months to years of putting steady deposits through the gradual progressions. It's the time in between that reinforces and proliferates the tissue to change. Your structure, the actual tendons and ligaments down to the bone level and all the small muscles, no matter how perfect the program is going to take many months to heal. So when someone wants a consult or has special questions, the thing I immediately think to is, are you at least 6 months into the journey of stimulating your spine with trap 3 raise, back extension iso holds, maybe some reps? Have you learned the nuance of how your back responds? Have you tweaked it? Maybe 3 days, you need to go down to 2. Or maybe you can handle every other day, but you have to go so gentle. Maybe the pad has to be higher. Maybe you need assistance. You learn that on your own. I'm not going to help you more than you can help yourself there. So are you 6 months in? Then 2, have you paid attention to what the flare-ups may be telling you? Have you tried to change any of the variations or change the levels instead of just pushing through pain? So once you've done those things and you've been actually diligent and patient, but also curious, and you've made some adjustments and you've been keep going through the content and keep trying to find consistency in a pattern, and you're 6 months in, 9 months in, and you're like, okay, I made some progress, but I feel stuck. Then it's like, okay, that's where convos, join the group chat and let's think about it together to come up to your next step. But when you're early on and you're like, oh, this is a lot, I need you to train me, it's gonna be a lot. I can't save you from that. This is one of the biggest issues in your life. It's gonna have to become one of the biggest interests in your life. And so I'm not as smart as you guys think I am. I'm just ultra patient and ultra intuitive, and I can see things that are hidden in plain sight. And it's happened to work for most people if you zoom out long enough. And so that's not to discredit and disregard people with very particular situations. Some people have very specific, nuanced issues of their spine that are way more complicated than I've ever worked with. But even then, it's your long game to try to work on it, and I'm grateful if I can give you some time and convo to help you figure it out. But you don't need a guru, even me. So yeah, I just see these messages all the time, and I just want to keep the empowerment on you, not to me or some other back guru. And it's gonna take some time to learn and view exercise differently, and to go through the emotions of the highs of progress and the lows of flare-ups. But that's just my thoughts when I read stuff like this. Can you coach me? You don't need me to, truly, because it's gonna be more boring than you think. It's gonna be exactly what I'm taking through on the website. I'm just gonna be there with analogies and cute sayings to keep you motivated and to help you find the clues. But the group chat's doing a really good job, in the Discord, if you're not there, lowbackability.com. Once you sign up, you can get into the group chat. We've got thousands of people at different stages of their journey. There's so much wisdom in there to learn from people actually along the path too. But yeah, most of the answers are slow down, zoom out, look for the patterns, don't blame the pain, be open to new approaches. Even within the program, you might need to pause the couch stretch because it flares you up every time, and just do hip flex training, and you realize that starts to make it feel better. That's the personalization you need. So when you want a personalized program, or you want me to tweak it perfectly for you because you tell me your things, you don't even know enough about what's wrong with your back for me to write a personalized program to fix your back. That's why this rough, imperfect, not one-size-fits-all blueprint is the best place to start, because it's where you're going to actually learn the details of what's wrong with your back, and then we can try to tweak things as you need it. But on day one, for me to write a personalized program because you had 2 herniated discs, you got stenosis, and you got narrowing of the canal, that's not actually accurate enough for me to write a personalized program. You got to know how do you respond to training. And so, yeah, all that to say, I'm in support. I read all of these comments. I read all of the things that are in the group chat. Even if I don't reply, it's me kind of conserving my energy so I can do more wide-scale answers like this and put it out in a video. And I think about the progression of the program, and I make tweaks as I see enough consistency of something that may need more info on. I make changes. So I'm not ignoring you guys. I do appreciate it, and keep the comments coming. Keep asking questions. But a lot of the times, it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of persistence and staying curious. And even if I don't have the answers because I don't know it all, my value to you is training you how to find your own answers with the right kind of mindset. So, yeah, seems like you're newer here, my man. You want personalization, you're trying to run, and you're doing strength training, and you want to run in the morning, then stretch, and then do the flow after. You got to slow it all down and follow it to a T and slowly expand from there over weeks to months and get in the community. Most of your answers are going to be answered. Most of your questions are going to be answered on their own within the first couple months. So play the long game. You are your own back expert. You're going to have to be. It may be a multi-year journey, but that's the only way to ensure this will never come again. You know enough of why it went wrong, then you'll know what to do forever to keep it right. So, see y'all.